Hello everyone, welcome back to day 22. In previous videos, we covered advanced Python concepts, right? There are so many concepts we have discussed. If you haven't watched, that is very important. Please watch and come back to this video. But today we are entering a very powerful topic, threading. Okay, threading concept. Multi-threading we can call it as, or I will explain you threading concept. This is something used in real world applications like web apps. In real world application where we can use web apps, APIs, background processing. If you are going to the image processing, there are so many areas we can use multi-threading or threading. And before going to discuss about threading, there are multitasking is there. Okay, what is multitasking? Execute several tasks simultaneously is the concept of multitasking. Okay, for example, in layman term, okay, this person can doing multitasking. That girl is doing multitasking. Okay, while he is learning some study, at the same time he is messaging. She is messaging to her boyfriend, and something. This is multitasking concept, right? Exactly in the programming language also we have multitasking. What is multitasking? Execute several tasks simultaneously is the concept of multitasking. There are two types of multitasking is there. One is the thread-based multitasking, threads. You can call it as thread-based multitasking or threads. And second one is process-based multitasking. What is thread-based multitasking? Okay, I will explain you in very simple. Imagine you are at home. Imagine you are at home. You are watching YouTube and eating food, chatting with your girlfriend or beloved at the same time, right? That is called multitasking. Okay, that is called multitasking and threading. That is similarly in programming also, when a program does multiple tasks at the same time, that is called threading. Now you understood, right? What is threading? When a program does multiple tasks at the same time, that is called threading. And coming to definition, what is thread-based multitasking? Are threads. Thread means execute multitask concurrently inside single program. Execute multiple tasks concurrently. Concurrently means one by one. I mean that parallelly or inside in single program. For example, I have a class. I have a class. In this class, there are n number of functions I have defined. Okay, n number of functions I have defined. Okay, when I call this class, okay, I don't want to run one by one functions because this function is separate function. I mean, separate independent function. This will execute separate feature. This is separate feature. This is separate feature. This is separate feature. I don't want to depend previous function, right? Why I can wait? I don't want to depend on previous function. Then why I can wait second function? And why that I can wait third function? Why I can wait fourth function? I don't depend previous functions, right? Okay. Here we can use thread concept. I don't want to depend on previous functions. I can execute parallelly every function. Then what is the advantage? And it will save more memory and it will save more time. For example, when I call this class, okay, this definition I have 100 lines of code. This definition I have 100 lines of code. This definition I have 100 lines of code. Once this 100 lines of code execute, then only next function will start, right? Okay. Let us assume every line can take 1 minute. Assume 1 minute. 100 line means 100 means. After 100 minutes is completed, next function will be executed. Until unless the next function is not executed, right? There is no dependent of previous function. Why I can wait that 100 minutes? That is a problem, right? There we can use threading concept. Okay, then if I apply a threading concept, what it will kill? If I this function will execute it parallelly, and this function will execute it parallelly, and this function is parallelly and parallel. This four function execute parallelly. For example, if every function have 100 lines and 100 minutes enough, right? Instead of 400 minutes. That is the advantage of threading concept, thread based concept. And next one is what is multiprocessing or process based. Now imagine instead of one person doing multiple tasks, you have three people doing three different tasks. That is multi process based tasking. Okay, that is process based tasking. Understood, right? Just an example I have told you. Instead of one person doing multiple tasks, you have three people doing three different tasks. That is process based multitasking. What is multiprocessing means? Multiprocessing means running multiple process simultaneously using multiple CPUs. Let's take on example Chrome browser. Each tab equals to separate process. Okay, you have open on browser. Each tab is a separate process. If one tab crashes, others still work, right? My work is not stopped, right? If one process or one tab is crashes or closed, another tab is continuing, right? That is the advantage of multi-processing. Now you understood, right? What is multi-process or process-based task or multi-process, whatever called. Okay, now you understood, right? That's second concept also. And difference between the multiprocessing versus multi-threading. Imagine threads equals to within the same program. Threads can execute it within the same program, but process can execute it separate programs. Process can execute separate programs. For example, while I am teaching, I have open Notepad plus plus, and while I'm teaching, I have open another tab. I can listen YouTube videos. Okay, okay. While I am listening that YouTube videos, I mean YouTube videos. At the same time, I have chatted my girlfriend. I have chatted with my girlfriend. Okay, these are different independent process, right? There is no depend to another, right? There we have used process based multitasking. I hope you understood, right? Then we'll we'll take on practical example by using multi-threading. It is multi-threading. Multi-threading. Now let's see how to create threads in Python. Just if you use a threading concept, you have to import threading concept. This is inbuilt import statement. We have to import threading. Just I am time also I am importing. These are inbuilt only. Def task name for each I in range. Print name time dot sleep. Just 1 second. Sleep time dot sleep. T1 equals to threading dot thread target equals to what is my task. My function name is task, right? I have passed args. task 1, T2 equals to threading the thread, target equals to task, args equals to task 2, task 2. That's it, sir. Just I want to call, I want to start T1 thread, I want to start thread, next T2 dot start. Okay. And I have written some program, right? What is threading? I have already explained. If you are writing any program related to threading, just you have to import threading. No need to install this separately. This is already inbuilt. Import time. I want some, I have used sleep, right? Some time, and each thread can execute some 1 second gap. That's what I have imported time dot sleep. I hope you get clarity this import stand. Just I have defined on function and I have written some program and I have called threading that import threading that some thread. One thread I have attached on function. Same function can attach it. Okay. These two things executed separate, I mean one after another or simultaneously. Yes, simultaneously only, right? Simultaneously it will execute it. That is the advantage of threading concept. Will execute this. See both tasks running together or not, we'll check. Time dot sleep inconsistency tab. Okay. There is some indentation problem. Okay, now it will solve it seems. Type error task on position argument 5 are given. Where is the problem? See, whenever that error came, that is advantage on that. We learn something. Import threading, import time, task name for range of 3, name sleep. Hmm, where this problem? Traceback, see users, self dot run, task. Where is the task? Oh, task has given some name, right? I have given task 1, right? Oh, what's the problem? Hmm, where is the problem? Problem threading the turn. Oh, miss. Task 1. I forgot to add that values, comma. That is the problem. See, it is executed, right? Task 1, task 2, task 1, task 2, task 1, task 2. Parallel executed, right? This is the threading concept. Both tasks running together only. Okay. If you have 10 threads, you have at least 10, that both the 10s are coming. Okay, for example, I will copy paste. If you have 100 threads, the 100 threads executed together only, right? Okay, that is the concept of threads. And next topic is GIL. This is very important in interview level or in Python also. GIL means Global Interpreter Lock. Interpreter lock. What is the meaning of global interpret lock? We'll explain. Now here is the twist. Even though we created multiple threads, Python allows only one thread to run at a time. Even multi-threading we have to apply in Python, but there is a concept GIL can take care about these things. Note, Python allows only one thread to run at a time. Why? Python allows if you have multi-threading, if you are coming Java program, multi-threading means all threads are coming at the same time. But here only one thread can run at a time because of global interpret lock. What is global interpret lock? Global interpret lock is a mechanism that allows only one thread to execute Python bytecode at a time. Why Python introduced GIL or GIL, whatever things. When Python was designed by who? Guido van Rossum, right? He want some simplicity. He want some simplicity, easy memory management. So global interpret log was introduced to avoid complexity. And what is the advantage of global interpret log? Please listen. If you still some doubts, if you have if you haven't understand this concept, please comment in the below section. I will make another video because global interpret lock, if you are fresher or if you are experienced person, global interpret lock is very important. And what is the advantage of GIL? Easy memory management. Easy memory management. And prevents race conditions. Prevents race conditions. And faster for single threads programs. Faster for single thread programs. What are the disadvantages of global interpret lock? No true parallel mechanism, and multi-threading limited. Multi-threading is limited because if one thread can execute at a time means what is the advantage of multi-threading? Because in Python there is no multi-threading concept. I mean internally we have a concept, but I mean internally that multi-threading concept is not good in Python because of global interpret lock. And no true parallel mechanism I mentioned, right? What are the disadvantage means no true parallel mechanism. And I will tell you what is true no true parallel mechanism. Now, this is very important. Listen carefully. Imagine you have two workers in your company. Okay. You tell them do two heavy tasks at the same time. And but there is a rule in your company. Only one person or one worker can work at a time. So what happened? Worker one works and worker two waits, then worker two is works. Worker one is completed, then worker two works, right? So actually, work is not happening at the same time, right? It is happening one after another. Okay. In Python, if even if you create multi-threads also, because of global interpret lock, only one thread uses CPU at a time. Okay, so it looks like parallel mechanism is not there in Python, but actually it's sequentially behind the scenes. Okay, now you may think both threads are running together. Okay, but internally Python is switching between them one to another. One runs and the another runs. Not truly parallel, right? This is not happening. I will explain on example, then you may get clarity. Import threading, import time, sorry, import time. Def heavy task. Def heavy task. For each I in range, let's say I have given 5. Print processing. Something, some message I am giving. Processing. Time dot sleep. 1 second. T1 equals to. Already I have written somewhere, right? Just I have copied that. Heavy task. Instead of task, you have to use heavy task. What happened? We'll check. Inconsistency tab. Same program. Here also we have forgetted comma. Oh, gain problem. Take 0 position argument, 1 was given. Mhm. Heavy task for in range 5, processing, time does sleep 1, threading the thread, target equal to heavy task. Oh, maybe this is the problem. We'll check. Oh, here it is coming right. What happened? Both threads are running together, but internally Python switching between them, one runs to another runs. Not true parallel, but officially they mention multithreading is supported, but because of global interpret lock, both threads are running together. But Python is switching between one thread to another. One is completed, next it will executed. Even that is the concept of global interpret lock. And what is the difference between global interpret lock? Now, I hope you understood what is global interpret lock, why global interpret lock introduced GitHub and Rosen, some simplicity, right? We mentioned that in global interpret lock versus other languages. Other language. If you are coming C, Java, we'll talk about those things. In languages like Java, C++, multithreads can run truly in parallel, right? Parallel only it will run everything. But multiple threads can run truly in parallel. But in Python, only one thread runs at a time because of global interpret lock. If you interviewer ask this question, why in global interpret lock introduced in Python, you can have to tell. And what is the difference between global interpret lock versus other languages? Then you can tell. Anyway, I will provide notes in beautifully. Okay, if I type everything means there is a lengthy video is coming, then that is not good, right? 1 hour, 2 hours is not good. That's what just my and that's what I'm told you right in the beginning. Listen carefully whenever I'm talking. Okay, then one real-time project we can do, then we'll get idea. import. Just on real-time project we can do real-time project, import threading, import threading, and import time, def download. Downloading a file, downloading file. Time dot sleep. Just I have to take in 2 seconds. After that, print of string I have used. Downloading second file or file done. File downloaded done. Files equals to file 1, file 2, next file 3. Any you can multiple files. For each I, for each fi, fin files, threading dot thread target equals to what is our function name? Download, right? Download. Args equals to, you can pass what are the arguments. You can download f comma start. Comma means any number of files at a time. If you pass, if you don't know how many files, then you can pass here comma, then start. We will execute this. You want to download, for example, when you are when you use this type of concept, for example, you have a so many files or videos there in cloud, either AWS, Azure. You want to download all files your database or on local system or some application. You want to download all videos one by one at a time. Okay, all videos at a time. Then you will use this concept, right? That is the beauty of here. Instead of downloading file here, file 1, file 2, file 2, instead you have to provide that AWS or URLs and authentication related. Then it will download from the AWS. I will, in time permits, I will explain those things also later. That is also very important and beautiful project for resume sake. See, it is coming download file 1, download file 2, file 1 done, file 2 done, file 3 done, everything, right? This is the beauty of multi-threading. Okay. What we learn today, what is threading, what is multiprocessing, what is global interpret lock, most important concept, real-time projects. Remember one thing, remember one thing, when multi-threading is powerful, but understanding global interpret lock makes you professional developer. Okay, you must understand this concept. Okay, because this is very important in real world. Okay, if you understood this concept, please comment something like I am understanding, or if I am, if I really improving something like, just you can comment. Okay, the concept is good. You have to improve something, uh, or you have to give more examples. Then, if anything you have to comment means, I will improve, right? I will then without any comments or likes, how I can assume, right? Okay, whatever my practical experience, I have to showcase everything because in Python in real time, if you take any course, any institute from this course, they are charging 10,000, 20,000 only Python because that much important Python if you are going to data science area because today everything is data science, right? Everything is automation. Wherever automation is required, wherever data science is required, Python must be important. That's what be learning, be prepare. And if you have any doubts, I am with you. You can comment. I will teach you. Okay. Like your professional developer. Okay. See you in next class. Thank you. Bye bye.